Welcome back to another episode of Cactus Core Plays Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. My name is Bobby.
I'm Kevandre.
And that was a long episode last time. Holy shit, I can't believe we're not done.
We were all like, hey, maybe we could just finish it today, but not today.
We were fools. There's so much stuff left unanswered. What was the Mincy pot for? I need to know. I gotta figure it out.
Anyway, so what happened last time, friend?
We played for over an hour. Yes.
Okay, so we were interrogating Marshall on the stand.
Yeah, and he was kept on insulting the judge's beard.
Yeah, it was rude. And then eventually, Lana was going to be said to be guilty, and then Emma objects, and now she's here.
Yeah, and we'll probably end up going to like 6 days of trials on this one, because it's two separate ones, so I'm sure they're going to double it up on us.
Also, happy Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah, that's right. This episode is going up on MLK Day.
Yes.
Which is especially awesome, and our fan has even specifically called us out and be like, y'all motherfuckers better not forget. And I'm like, that's fair, we're not gonna, don't worry.
I don't think he talks like that. But...
I have no idea what he talks like. I've never heard the guy. I just assume he goes around calling everybody, y'all motherfuckers.
Well, who wouldn't?
The only thing I've heard him bitch about, and I have no idea what his job even is that people just call him an asshole at his job.
Yeah, he works at like a school district or something.
Oh, we probably should stop talking about him.
Yeah. I didn't say what school district, just one nebulous one.
Yeah, one of the ones out there, probably in Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit.
Yeah, don't go to Detroit, folks, you'll die.
Anyway, so yeah, let's do this shit.
Alright.
I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killings.
Alright, let's see if I can slip into this voice. So, now that she mentions it... Nope, that's not right. I'll figure it out. The names of both Sky sisters were in that file.
But that's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing. The other handprint. You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker? But no fingerprints were found on it, right? No, but I figured it out scientifically. I'd be sure to find a clue. I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue.
But you didn't get most of those words right. You just skipped from no to scientifically and filled in the gaps.
Yeah, I said no, but I figured it scientifically. So, I ran over there and looked at it again.
So, did you find something?
No.
Huh?
Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all.
Well, of course not. You're 16. Is that all?
Stranger. Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student.
And I'm just an attorney.
But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have.
Well, we got a bit more.
If we can't find something wrong with them... Please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you.
What about Lana? She's more professional.
Yeah.
She's way higher up on the food chain. She could be able to solve this.
I don't think we've, interviewed her on the stand once yet.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Me? Oh, boy.
Time's up. Now then, Mr. Rat. With regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain?
Yeah, of course.
It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark.
And other things.
Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this? Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use. But still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be... Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day.
Yes, Your Honor. If I've ever needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with that handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing? I mean, yeah, probably. I mean, do I need to watch that fucking video again? Yeah, okay. Because you can't really see
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it covers it up. Can we... it doesn't let me fast forward on this bit? Okay, sure. But... yeah, that's gonna be my objection, is that you can't see the fucking thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Objection! This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. just like your mom.
The only thing that seems clear is you're grasping, Mr. Wright. You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them?
Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing.
Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there?
Yes, something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark.
Let us pray that the fans isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright.
With all this evidence here, there's got to be something I can use.
The question is, which item can prove something is missing from the floor plans? Do we want to present the badger itself, then?
Probably? That was my thought. I mean, because the video won't really do anything.
Yeah.
This little guy, he should be there. Plus, I really like the idea of just, look at this badger.
Have you seen this thing?
Have you seen my attorney's badge?
He's just kind of like dragging it out of his coat pocket into the fucking...
Yeah, everybody keeps a blue badger in their coat pocket. That's just how America does.
I assume that he keeps all the evidence on him at all times.
Of course.
My attorney's badge.
Oh, you're back on the stand now all of a sudden.
What about that piece of plywood?
How is he back? Motherfucker, where'd Emma go?
She was straddling his shoulders while he crouched.
Oh, is he sitting on her now? Is that
No, she's probably back next to us now.
Oh, okay. The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force. Defender of truth, guardian of proof. I like that.
That is a good one. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not here.
So
watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the scene at the time of the crime. Yeah, right there. Well,
what?
That's right. So long as a blue badger is dancing there, it would be impossible to place a handprint at this spot on the locker.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
impressive.
Damn.
What? Yeah, she's back next to us.
Oh, okay.
So that means, exactly what does that mean?
It means it can't be done.
What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found on that locker.
Blood traces will undeniably be found in your underwear, Judge. You need to go see a doctor.
That's because of the sausages, man. I don't know.
Right?
I make my own sausages.
Right.
They're uncircumcised for a reason. I will not stand for this treason. Order. I hold you in contempt, Mr. Wright. Shut the fuck up.
We're talking about... Oh, shit.
Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically.
I missed my line. I don't know what the fuck I said.
Yeah, I wish that there was a chat log.
Yeah.
I can fire him.
Fuck it. Emma!
On that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the blue balls to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker.
So, that must mean this blood mark was left there before the blue badger was brought in?
Or after.
Or after.
Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. Is that how you use the word balderdash?
Yeah. It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation.
I think of balderdash as more of a...
Board game?
No, as more of a, like you would say, objection. You know, like an outbursting word.
It
like,
is an actual
hey,
word.
Balderdash. No, I understand that.
Right, it's not an exclamatory.
Yes, I think of it as an exclamatory more than, hey, look at all of this balderdash. Like I would use the word shenanigans. Which you can also shout shenanigans, which is also fun.
Or just,
just to spice things up.
Just fuck.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, we need to get a swearing mod in this game, just like Hat in Time.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We add the swearing ourselves in this one, but...
Yeah, but I like when it's an official voice actor doing it, the bumping up against the watch. Fuck. It's so cute. Anyways,
hey,
on February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice.
But 3 times a lady. But how?
One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is, the other time. And I think this is where it's gonna go back. They smashed the vase thing on the officer's head to stuff him in the trunk.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So is all the red on the vase just blood then?
Maybe. Probably.
But there was also red paint in there too.
Yeah.
So.
Turns out Gumshoe did it.
Yeah, Gumshoe is the bad guy.
Yeah, he was using the red paint to paint the blue badger, which makes no fucking sense and blows my theory out the water. But let's assume. And it'll be fine. Yeah, there you go.
More like gum sandal. Am I right?
No, don't put gum in your sandals. That's rude.
Not in the sandals.
That's where your socks are, my man. Don't let gum get on your socks.
Even I'm not that white. On this, the day of MLK.
I really like that as an episode title. On this, the day of MLK. That's kind of blasphemous, I know, but I really like it. Anyways, someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered.
Objection!
That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim.
Objection!
The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker.
Oh yes, let's go back and forth, son. So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred.
When did the first incident occur?
To summarize, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in that same fucking evidence room.
That's right. The blood mark on the locker proves this.
Very well. Then tell us, when did this first incident occur? As Mr. Edgeworth said, proof must be presented.
Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that.
Now then, will the defense please present its evidence? What shows when the first crime took place?
And that's a good question.
I gotta feel like it's probably the in-out thingy, right? The in-out log?
Oh yeah, probably. That's a good point.
Because that's the only thing that we've got
the
with, like, actual
prosecutor's
time.
office. Yeah. Died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m., which, close enough. Nope. Work muffler was overheard, so that fits the time.
There's a lot of time things here.
Yeah, I'm just going through, making sure, and then...
It was the spritzy.
Oh yeah, everybody knows it. Spritzy really fucks
Yes.
the time up.
420, blaze it.
Yeah, so that's when all this decided to go down.
Since we don't know who
Probably
the
right.
7777 is.
You're probably right. Let me just do a quick look. Nothing. Yeah.
I think it's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah,
right?
I think you're right. So we'll go with that. If we're wrong, we'll bullshit something else. If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
And in order to do so, an ID card would have been required.
An ID card. Oh! The ID card record.
Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger into the evidence room at... Oh,
Why you like this?
Cat being a dick. Hi, kitty cat.
He's playing all the hits again. Let's see here. 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. Ah.
Oh, shit. It was Edgeworth.
Oh, shit. And we cut to Edgeworth on the boat holding the gun again. Ah! Water free! Miles Edgeworth, just what have you done? I never would have figured you had the nerve, boy. Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me. Because he was at the ceremony getting his trophy.
Yeah. I think that's right, yeah.
Nope, I ain't getting it. I'm afraid I don't understand either. It's clear from the spritzy test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood.
That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away.
Or the door was open like it was the first time we went in there.
Yeah, by the real murderer.
I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible.
That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room.
Let's look at the chart again. Oh shit. There's only one other card number remaining. 777-7777.
Talk about a lucky number. But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room if he lives on Endo?
Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with all the sevens, with 7 sevens.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 7777777.
That's 1 7 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least, at present.
What?
Explain yourself, son.
The ID number 777777 belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity.
Yeah, we told you a long time ago that the killer was that weird guy, right?
Yeah.
Like the captain?
Yeah, Gant or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
But that's ridiculous. Just how?
I'm not finished talking, bitch.
Yeah.
There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority.
If an official charge is filed against an executive accepted, I'd fuck that up real bad.
Yeah. An official charge.
You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates.
I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you would shut the fuck up.
Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask a question.
Yes?
No, not to you. To her, the defendant sitting over there.
Oh shit.
Your own little executive.
Lana!
Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course we've looked up her ID number. And it's not 777-7777.
Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident. The SL9 incident. Answer me this, Chief Prostituter. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence?
Not even close. Oh shit. Finally.
Fucking
Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prostituter?
I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth.
2 years ago, I was in charge of the prostitution for that trial. At the time, we were fucking.
Occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did.
Oh shit.
Lana. I became a prostituter in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law. Defendant, just what are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief Prostituter. How many witness stands are there?
At least 5.
During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say you did? Chief Prostituter, you didn't. I don't have to, Officer Marshall.
Why won't you answer him?
Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But Lana... Even if it involved forging evidence.
Fucking bitch.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
No! No!
Rabble.
Order!
Lana's remarks caused such a stir. The chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait for the following day.
Yep. To be continued.
Oh, shit. Yeah, why not? Always good to say.
Every day we're saving shit.
I would hope so. It would suck if it was a channel of just us replaying the same thing and forgetting to save after every fucking time.
It's only happened, like, twice.
Yeah, it sucked when it did.
Maybe 3 times. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. Drastic crimes require drastic measures. Now, where have I seen this before?
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. We did what we had to in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings.
Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me.
Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me.
What do you mean? What happened to you?
It's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was prostituter Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence.
But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma?
I did them.
Yeah.
On the night prostituter Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me.
What? He tried to kill you?
Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me.
So that means you.
Yes. I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial.
I didn't see that one coming.
Bruh!
Yeah.
It says it in the file that we read and presented in court.
Yeah, come on now.
Phoenix!
He's kind of dumb.
You don't deserve that attorney's badge you keep showing everybody. Please show it to her.
Have you seen my attorney's badge? See this? It's my attorney's badge.
I don't deserve it. Ah, well, I've never seen a real one before.
You're the first one who's actually been interested in mine. Believe me.
Its composition is mostly silver, the gold plating is flaking a bit, blah blah blah, we've seen this before.
Yeah. Okay. And she tried to offer us $50 for it. So, what was there anything else in here? Serial number, victim, blah blah blah, trial data, witnesses, yeah. Yeah, nothing to really present here. I guess we're just gonna... Hey girl, how's it going?
It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of the year, too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Then suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office.
Joe Dark.
It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, prostituter Marshall showed up.
Jake Marshall's brother.
Joe Dark tried to take me hostage, but before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then...
What happened?
I'll never forget it. Lightning struck and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now.
A permanent picture. So, yeah, about afterwards.
I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall.
So, you weren't able to testify about that.
No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why she made up the crime.
Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence. That's how you can date this game, by the use of the word bogus.
I think some people still use it.
No, they don't.
Oh.
No one does.
The prostituter's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it.
Edgeworth?
Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened.
So it's true, even though we may not have known it. Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence. He was a patsy.
After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold like she is today.
She must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. What did you see in that instant the crime occurred?
Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife.
Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl. Very sad.
I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms.
Poor Emma. You've been through so much.
Crazy, she looks the same.
Yeah. Crazy how nature do that.
Yeah. I couldn't bring myself to testify about that instant. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good.
2 years ago, you must have been 14. That's understandable.
I remember 2 years ago when I was 14.
I remember 2 years ago when I was 16, because I'm older than you.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies, and find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way, Lana would never have to forge any.
I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes him a tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime. There's something that Fuck, I cannot read today. There's something that's puzzling me, Emma.
What is it?
You said you were in Lana's office at that time, right?
That's right.
Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor.
Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day.
Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police?
Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office.
But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office?
Because the detective offices and the questioning room are right across from the elevator.
Across from the elevator. But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she?
No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective.
Oh.
Well, that changes things.
Yeah.
She was the best in the entire force.
What? That's news to me.
After the Joe Dark case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor.
Yeah, that's how that works. Lana used to be a detective. I'd better have another talk with her. Sneaky bitch. Alright, so I'm assuming we need to move to the detention center.
You want to call it for this one, though?
Yes. That's visitor's room. Alright, and next time, we'll figure out what's going on there. So, some mighty fine revelations and all that stuff. Shenanigans.
Yeah, I feel like she became chief prostituter way too easily here.
Yeah, something is weird with that. I'm not comfortable with this. But yeah.
Maybe she figured out that Gant was the bad guy in the SL9 case.
Could be.
And he was pinning it on Joe Dark.
Yes.
She goes to confront him about it, and he's like, alright, look. Shut the fuck up, and I'll make you chief prostituter. And she's like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
because he's got the dirt on her that she forged evidence and got a man killed.
No, that doesn't quite make sense, but okay.
Why not?
Because the timeline doesn't work out.
Why?
Well, if he was doing the killings, then she wouldn't have known that if she was forging evidence to get the other guy done. Look, it don't make sense.
She didn't like him anyway. He was a dick.
Oh?
So she was like...
Is that why?
Yeah.
What was it? Was it because his last name was Dark?
It's just a cop's thing, man. This, the day of MLK.
Yeah, that's what I'm going towards.
Exactly.
Right? Leading into our double shout-out for MLK. What?
So much time has passed, and yet things remain, in many ways, the same. Many things are very different, but still.
It's like the entire world changes like every 5 years.
Changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean we should forget the past.
Yeah.
So, this episode going up on MLK Day, we're doing a double shout-out towards Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. For any of our foreign viewers who might not know who he is, he was a amazing person and head of the civil rights movement that happened back in the 60s. He was unfortunately assassinated in Memphis.
Yeah.
And I've been to that spot.
That's why you don't go to Memphis.
Right.
You're going to get assassinated.
Right. It wasn't because he was like a huge figure. It wasn't just because of that he was assassinated. It was just he was in Memphis, and that's what happens in Memphis.
Yeah.
Don't go to Memphis.
You think Elvis just died sitting on the toilet because of a drug overdose? No.
He was in Memphis.
He was in Memphis.
Yeah. Everybody dies in Memphis. Everybody knows that.
That's why old people go to Florida instead, because they're scared, because they're just like, I want to just keep this going.
Yeah. Avoid Memphis at all cost.
Yeah. Also Florida.
Yeah. But he led an amazing life. He had a fantastic dream.
Yes. It was a good dream.
Yes.
They put his names on the signs. And,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And, yeah.
Yeah. If it wasn't for him, there's a chance that I wouldn't be able to love the women that I love today.
That's true.
That's right. Because interracial couplings were still very much frowned upon, if not outright illegal.
It's weird to think about that, like, in today's mindset, right? You're just like, who would give a shit? Apparently, a lot of people did.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not hard to think about with, comparing it to, like, gay struggles, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, the same shit, different victim, different decade.
And we all got to make progress. I'm not sitting here about to be like, oh yeah, America's the worst. No, there are other countries still going through a lot of racism shit going on right now.
Oh yeah, of course.
So, but he was a key figure in at least the American history, and I know that a whole bunch of other countries use him as a figure and his ideals to sort of start their own revolutions to begin working towards a better place for everybody.
Yeah. And he was named after a revolutionary of his own who was nailing shit to the door of the church. The original Martin Luther.
Yeah.
The OG Martin Luther.
I'm not 100% sure if that's why he was named that. Because
I think his dad...
Because
he was Martin Luther King Jr. His dad was Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
I think that his dad was named after Martin Luther.
Could be. I don't know. I don't know the history around that one. I'm sure someone will tell me.
But yeah, it also took way too long for them to make a movie about MLK. I'd always thought that was really strange. That it took until, 2017 to make that movie?
There have been a lot of movies about MLK. What the fuck are you talking? Are you talking about a big studio?
big biopic movie.
Yeah,
It's
a very sensitive topic, and if you don't handle it well,
yeah,
oh my god,
gotta have the right person do it.
Yeah, there's still a lot of stuff about that movement that is very fresh in a lot of people's mind, even people who weren't there. Doesn't matter. We were all a part of it.
Sure.
So,
but yeah, dude was a revolutionary.
Absolutely,
and, fucking a hero.
Yeah. So if you don't know a whole bunch about him, I highly recommend looking him up, seeing all the wonderful things that
listening
he did.
to his speeches.
Yeah, and how the FBI tried to, fuck him over.
Yes.
Real thing. Don't trust the FBI in the 60s.
Or now.
Some of them now are maybe okay.
Yeah.
Only
trust Mulder and Scully.
Yeah, the dude who watches my internet stream, he's alright. He doesn't snitch on me for shit.
Yeah.
So, that's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, anything else?
Nope.
I think we're good. Alright, thank you so much, guys. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Later, please.